Put a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you can hear me, put a thumbs up. I'm on TikTok and IG. And here's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about my new book, Know You Know. I'm excited about it. And kind of got a delay on this thing. Know You Know, all about how to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'm excited about that. I want you to just type no. Type no in the chat. Type no. Type no in the chat. Type no in the chat. Yes. Okay, cool. Type no. Um, Kind of the worst kept secret is my new book, my 19th book coming out. I just got out of a session. I have an Eagles Academy called have an Eagles Academy, theeaglesacademy.com, and I was teaching tonight about stop walking on eggshells. Stop walking on eggshells. And so often we do that because we don't want to offend anybody. We don't want anybody to be upset with us, all of that. But here's what we got to do. We got to create some healthy boundaries. We have to create some healthy boundaries. I want y'all to go ahead and get my new book. Get my new book now. Get my new book now. I want you to go ahead and get that available right now. Yes, on Amazon, but it's also available on eddieconner.com/know your know. Jennifer said, no. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And, it's so unique to me because I remember being in the eighth grade, my high school teacher, or my middle school teacher, she told me, she said, listen, Eddie, one of your toughest issues is going to be having to tell people no. And it's going to be tough for you because you got such a big heart. And, because of that, hey, I had to learn kind of a little bit, kind of at a different time, at a different angle, because I was overextending myself. And too many times we are overextending ourselves, trying to force fit ourselves into people's opinions or force fit ourselves into people's lives and this, that, and the other. And we got to really get to a particular place of us standing 10 toes down. I'll say this. The only people who are upset about you having boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. Building boundaries does this for you. Building boundaries does this for you. Building boundaries shows you who to know and who to know. It shows you who to know, K-N-O-W, and it also shows you who to N-O with an exclamation point, with a period. We're letting them know, listen, I'm standing 10 toes down. I mean what I say what I mean. And as a result of that, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to electric slide from my boundaries. I'm not going to do the Tamia hustle from my boundaries. I'm not going to be like Michael Jackson and moonwalk away from my boundaries. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I mean what I say what I mean. And this is what it is. Here's what I want to tell you all. I want to free somebody tonight. Stop walking on eggshells. Stop walking on eggshells. Because you don't want to offend anybody, because you want to be nice, because you want to placate, because here's what you want to do. Yeah, Blue, you say you choose to build a boundary out of power or defensiveness. Yeah, hopefully it's you got to choose to build that boundary out of power, personalized power. You don't build boundaries to control other people. And too many times we're placating ourselves because we don't want to be offensive. We want to be nice. Here's what I understand about being nice. There is nothing even in scripture that tells us to be nice. You will not find a scripture in the Bible that tells you to be nice. NICE, there's no word for it. Niceness and kindness are two totally different things. One of my chapters in the book, one of my chapters in this book doesn't even come out till May 25th, but you can go ahead and get your copy now, solidify your copy now. One of the chapters in my book is called Stop Being Nice. Stop being nice. Here's what you want to do. You want to be kind. Well, I'm not being nice. You're not nice. You're mean. Opposite of not being nice is not being mean. You're being mean and you're being surly. No, I'm being kind. I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to respect somebody else. I'm going to respect what it is that I want and what it is that I deserve. Family, just type kindness. Type kindness in the chat. Type kindness in the chat. Type kindness in the chat. If you don't have my book, go get it right now. If you don't have my book, go get it right now. Go get it right now. I'm trying to see, how do I even type my link to my book in TikTok? I don't even know. But anyway, type kindness. Type kindness. Here's what I understand. Weakness, or niceness rather, is weakness. Kindness is strength. Niceness is having a wishbone. Kindness is about having a backbone. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. You see this right here? This is what we call the spine of a book. This is what we call the spine of a book. And when we think about this, even for many of us in our life, we have a spine, but we don't have a backbone. You have a spine, but you don't have a backbone. And I want you to get a book with a backbone. Every book has a spine. Every human being has a spine. But a lot of people don't have a backbone. Get a book with a backbone. You're going to pick this book up. You're going to say, I can't believe Dr. Eddie said these things. I can't believe Dr. Eddie is saying X, Y, Z and da. Listen, buckle up your seatbelt. You're going to get some real talk, real wisdom, real insight, not to control anybody, but to control yourself. Control the controllables. Get control out of your life. Stop being a doormat and letting people walk all over you. Stop overextending yourself. Aren't you tired of being sick and tired? Aren't you tired of being tired? Coco, what up, though? Good to see you on tonight. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you and the family are doing well also. Maria, you said kindness and compassion is a powerful force for goodness. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. I want you to get a book with a backbone. I was telling them tonight, I said, listen, you got to stop walking on eggshells. I'm kind of looking around a little bit tonight because I'm watching this Minnesota Timberwolves Golden State Warrior game. And here's what I told them tonight. I said, when you watch people play defense, I said, I want you to look at the NBA game and look at how people play defense. Right? You should be playing defense, hear me, not on your heels, but on your toes. What am I talking about with this book? Stand 10 toes down. See, many of us, we draw a line in the sand. We stand 5 toes down. We stand 2 toes down. You said people take advantage of that, especially avoiding people. We stand 1 toe down, but we got to stand 10 toes down. When you're watching an NBA game, look at how people play defense. They don't play defense the way that they used to play in the 90s. They don't play defense the way that they used to play in the 80s. So maybe that's not a good example. Go on YouTube and look at some of the other videos. Go on YouTube and look at some of the Detroit Pistons. Detroit, what up, though? You know I'm repping it. Go on YouTube and look at some of the, the Boston Celtics and Chicago Bulls. Look at how those teams play defense. Look at the LA Lakers. It's Showtime. But how many of those teams play defense? Michael Cooper. They were in the defensive stance and they were playing on their toes. And here's the thing, what I understand. So many times we are going through life playing on our heels. And because you're playing on your heels, it's easy for you to get crossed over. It's easy for you to trip up. You don't play defense on your heels. You play defense on your toes. Stand 10 toes down on what it is that you're saying. Get in the stance. Remain in the stance. Go after it. Do what it is that you need to do. Do what it is that you need to do so that you can make your life work for you. Here's what I understand as well about boundaries. And here's, listen, I had to learn this the hard way. I had to learn these things the hard way. People will take advantage of you. People will take advantage of your niceness. And I tell people all the time, I say, listen, I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy at all. Let me say it again. I am not a nice guy. I am a kind guy. I am the kind of guy who's now going to have healthy boundaries. And a lot of times people take umbrage to that. We take umbrage to, well, you're not nice, because society has stigmatized us to just be nice. And here's the thing, when you're nice, you're easy to be a pushover. When you're nice, you're easy to placate. When you're nice, it's easy for people to play in your face. But when you come with boundaries and you say, listen, this is how I'm going to live my life, when I have standards that I stand on, when I have principles and values and beliefs that I live by, now boundaries expose who to know and who to know. Boundaries expose, here's what they expose. It exposes the whole aspect of individuals who actually want to stay or want to play. Here's what boundaries do. Boundaries expose who to know and who to know. Who to K and O-W and who to just N-O. Coco said, let me go order this book. Listen, not just her, but there's some of you as well. You need to get this book. You need to get this book. Listen, you need to get this book right now. There's a difference. That's right, Coco. There's a difference between knowing who to know and knowing who to know. That's why I said know your no. No is new opportunity. No is on backwards. I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next thought. I'm on to the next idea. I'm on to the next opportunity. Let me free you. Let me free you on this. Let me free somebody. Our problem in relationships, why we're having so much battles, why we're having so many gender wars when it comes to relationships, is because of a lack of boundaries. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. Well, I can't understand him. I can't understand her. You both can't understand each other. Here's what it is. It's uncommunicated boundaries. And listen, boundaries let the person know. Listen, if you want me, let me know. If you don't want me, let me know. But stop holding up the line. You ain't the only game in town. Let me move this out the way. You ain't the only person. Yeah. And here's the thing. When you communicate those boundaries ain't, oh, you need to buy me a Birkin bag. Boundaries ain't, you need to take me on a vacation. Boundaries are not, you need to buy me this and you need to buy me that. No, boundaries communicate. Do you want to be in my life or do you not? And if you don't, stop holding up the line. I ain't lying. Stop holding up the line. Get to that particular place. Communicate those boundaries and stand 10 toes down on what it is. Here's the thing. Here's our problem. This is what I wanted to say. You know when we communicate our boundaries? We communicate our boundaries on the back end. We communicate our boundaries in the middle. We don't communicate our boundaries in the beginning. I'm not telling you come here with your whole laundry list of this is what you got to do and this is what you need to do and this is what you need to be in X, Y, Z. No, You will know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And when you see people's actions and you communicate what those boundaries are, and they are boundary avoidant, you avoid them. What does scripture say? Mark those that cause divisions among you. And here it is, avoid them. I'm not communicating boundaries on the back end. I'm not communicating boundaries at the end, in the middle. I'm communicating in the beginning. If I see something, say something. But here's what we have done. We see red flags, and to a certain degree, red looks good to us because red is our favorite color. We see particular red flags, and now we believe that we can turn red flags to green flags. Because you think you can build a bear. Because you think you can Mr. Potato Head somebody. Because you think that you can Olivia Pope a person. Not so. And now because of it, you're mentally exhausted. Now because of it, you've overextended. Now because of it, you're frustrated. I like that, Coco. You said no is not a curse word. Family, just type no. Type no. I want you to put that in your vocabulary. No is the shortest sentence and is the most powerful one. Listen, no is the shortest sentence and it's the most powerful one. It's not no comma. It's no period. You really want to get funky with it. It's no with an exclamation point. No. Stop. Listen, our problem is we're too nice, nasty. Yeah, because we won't be kind. Notice it's not random acts of niceness. It's random acts of kindness. No, it's not kind nasty. It's nice nasty. You know what nice nasty is? It is the whole aspect of you being nice to where you are placating, you being nice to where it is that you want to be a people pleaser, you want approval, and you're going along to get along, but inside you're frustrated. Inside you really are doing something that you really don't want to do. You went to an event that you didn't want to go to. You bailed somebody out of a situation, and you came to their rescue, and you became the break glass in case of fire, and you rescued somebody when that was their personal responsibility. And now because you're nice nasty, here's what you do. You become passive aggressive and you just blow up on people. You're having a TNT experience, trauma and triggers. It's become so mentally explosive. It's like you boiling spaghetti with the lid on top and you still don't take the lid off to get some air. And all of a sudden the lid is shaking, the lid is rattling, and the lid just might blow off the top of the pot. Because you don't know your no. You don't know your no. Come on, I'm rocking the shirt. I'm wearing it. I got it on the back screen. I got it right here. You need to get this book in your hand. Go get it. Go get it. Go get the book in your hand. Go get the book in your hand. Here's what I understand. Boundaries have no gray areas. It's black or white. It's black or white. And when you build healthy boundaries, this is what you say. I refuse to live in a gray area. I'm living in black or white. That's right. This is what I'm going to do. What did the late, great Maya Angelou tell you? When people show you who they are, believe them, not the second or the third or the fourth or the 55th time, but believe them the first time. Too many times we're giving people 50 chances. We're Andre 3000, folks. We're giving folks 3,000 chances for them to show us not a different variation, but the same person. Yeah. We're giving people 5,000 chances to show us who the same person is 5,000 times. Know your no. Let me read you a little bit of what it says on the back of this book here. Let me read you a little bit of what it says. It says, how do you love without losing yourself? How do you love without losing yourself? Life is a delicate dance of knowing who to know and knowing who to know. Have you ever found yourself saying yes when you wanted to say no? Do you find your life out of sync because you dance to the beat of everyone else's drum? And here's what I understand. When you dance to the beat of everybody else's drum, this is what you do. You walk through life dancing on two left feet. You're always out of sync. You're always out of rhythm. Coco, you said order from my website or Amazon. Go to get it from my website, eddieconner.com. You'll see it right there on the homepage. You get it from eddieconner.com, eddieconner.com. And then you could also get it directly, eddieconner.com/know your know, or just go straight to eddieconner.com. It says, how do you deal with difficult people? Do you find yourself emotionally bankrupt because you allow people to make more withdrawals than deposits? You'll always be emotionally bankrupt when you're making more withdrawals than deposits, when you're allowing people to make more withdrawals than deposits. You got to tap into your relational intelligence. That's another thing about this book. Develops your emotional regularity, your emotional intelligence. Right, not ER, OR. No E's in my last name. Also says, have you compromised your peace? Have you compromised your peace for the sake of acceptance? Are you tired of being tired yet? Know your know is your permission slip to unapologetically build healthy boundaries and walk boldly into your book. It's more than just a book. It's a soul healing manual. Best-selling author, XYZ, it says my name. I provide answers to tough questions, transformative insights, and show you how to set healthy boundaries with your family, coworkers, in relationships, and even with yourself. Within these pages, you'll learn how to strategically deal with difficult people. How to deal with difficult people, how to communicate effectively, how to develop your emotional intelligence and build healthy boundaries. This book is more than a guide to setting boundaries. It is your call to action. A blueprint on how to find freedom and fulfillment, one that will empower you to know your no and stand firm on saying no. Yeah, that's what it is. Once you go ahead and get that book, Know Your No, go get that now. Go get that now. I'm looking at this thing here. Boy, it's my 19th book, y'all. And I must say this, I feel like it is one of the best books I've ever written. I'm not just saying it just to say it, but I feel like with every book, I'm getting even better as a reader, as a writer, rather, getting even better as a writer. This is one of my most freeing books because I recognize this. Boundaries are not for limitation. Boundaries are for liberation. Boundaries help you to get control so that you can live your life freely. Not doing whatever you want to do, whatever you want to, whenever you want to do it. But I'm talking about to live your life with freedom. Who's the author? You're looking at him right here. Dr. Eddie Conner, it's an honor. One thing I realize, I always see books as kind of like I'm putting out an album, without music. And I recognize when you think about your favorite artist, a lot of times your favorite artist. Thank you, Tendai, all the way from South Africa. Say congratulations, Dr. DC, on your new book. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. One thing I realize about when you think about your favorite artist, you don't think about their music being that great 10, 11, 12, 15 albums in deep. Generally, their best music is their earliest music. First album, second, third album. After that, kind of throwaways. Because a lot of times they lose their creativity, or they have only 2 feet in the solution, and not 1 foot in the problem, 1 foot in the solution. Me, I'm still driven. I still feel like I can get better. I still have the creative juices flowing. I still want to give my best work. I still challenge myself. And that's why this book is so important for you to get. I don't create books for me, I create them for you. But here's what I understand. For me to write a hit, I got to first get hit. And when you think about the hits that you've taken in your life, that pain now becomes power, and that empowers somebody else. To be a stage 4 cancer survivor, to overcome odds and obstacles that I've been through in my life is nothing but the grace of God. And so when I write from my heart. When I write from my soul. You feel me? And so you're going to feel this. You're going to imbibe this. This is going to be a soul healing manual for you, to where you get a book with boundaries, a book with a backbone, and you're going to be bolder than ever before. Not bold in the whole aspect to where you hurting people and all that other stuff. No, no, no. I'm talking about you standing in your greatness. You not trying to placate yourself. You not trying to mute yourself because you don't want to make too much noise. You not trying to take up space because other people feel claustrophobic. You see what I'm saying? You not trying to dim your light because it casts a glare, or it takes out and vanquishes and puts somebody else in their darkness. Brother Ray, what's going on? Man, I hope you're doing great, bro. Hope you're doing great. Be a major blessing and honor for y'all to support the book for sure. 19 books in deep. 19 books in deep. And I still feel like this is my first one. I just still feel like this is my first one. Coco, you said you just ordered yours. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Many of you who are watching me right now, listen, don't sleep on this book. Go ahead and get it right now. EddieConnor.com. 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 As I said before, one of these things that I realize is so much to say on boundaries. Listen, I got 15 chapters in the book. I got 15 chapters in the book. I got 15 chapters in the book. And none of them are wasted. None of them are wasted. Boundaries are not a wall as well. Let me say this as well. Boundaries are not a wall. Boundaries are a bridge. Because here's what I understand. You don't want to build a wall in your heart. You don't want to build a wall in your relationships at all. Because a wall causes you to stall. A wall now communicates this: I have to build an impenetrable fortress because I'm dealing with hurt. Most people build walls in relationships because it's a defense mechanism. I'll never let nobody hurt me again. I'll never let anybody do this to me again. I'll never let anybody talk to me this way again. I'll make sure that I protect myself from hurt. You don't want to build a wall. Here's what you want to do. You want to build a bridge. Walls, when you're building a wall, it now keeps love out. Building a bridge now causes you to be a fruit inspector. Come on now. Certain things will not be imported into your life until you inspect it. Okay, somebody has fruit, but is the fruit rotten? Is the fruit seasonal? Is the fruit perennial? I'm able to be a fruit inspector. I'm able to build, here it is, a bridge. Because a bridge allows me to deny access or grant access based upon, here it is, people's behavior. And I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this on boundaries. When we're talking about boundaries, we make it so much about the other person that we don't make it about us at all. You can't expect anybody to adhere to your boundaries if you don't adhere to your own boundaries. Well, I'm going to put my foot down. Do you put your foot down with yourself? Come on now. Do you look at that mirror every day and say, self, you ain't working hard enough. Self, you ain't getting into your word. Self, you ain't praying like you used to. Self, you're not eating right. Self, there we go. Coco. There we go, Coco. I like that. Accountability. Before I ever express a boundary, do I have accountability? That's good. That's good. So nice I gotta say it twice. Before you ever express a boundary, do you have personal accountability? Because that becomes your identity. Hmm? Talk to me tonight. Matter of fact, those who are getting the book right now, just type me. Type me. If you've gotten the book or will get the book tonight, just type me. Type me. Type me. Come on. Don't play with it tonight. Don't play with it tonight. Coco, I appreciate you. Type me. Type me. Ruby, I appreciate you. Come on. You see the link right here on my Instagram. You see it right there. The QR code is right there. Put your phone right up to it. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Go to eddieconnor.com. You see that pinned right there. I can't expect anybody to adhere to my boundaries if I don't adhere to my own boundaries. And here's the thing, what I also understand, you won't be able to enforce a boundary if you don't adhere to yours. Knowing your no is not to tell them no before you tell yourself no. The yes of your future is waiting for you to say no. Sometimes we will not get to the yes of where it is that we want to be in life until we say no. It hurts, I know it does. It don't feel good, I know it don't. But you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and you got to be uncomfortable with being comfortable. You want to move into a place of freedom. Freedom ain't free. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you something. Here's what it's going to cost. It's going to cost the word no. And here's what I understand. Many of us draw a line in the sand and we back up from it. Matter of fact, we draw a line in the sand and we jump the broom over it. You told yourself what you weren't going to do. You told yourself what you weren't going to eat. You told yourself who you weren't going to call and text. You told yourself you wasn't going back to your ex. You don't even adhere to your own boundaries, but you're mad when other people don't adhere to yours. It's tight, but it's right. Hard truths. Hard truth alert. HTA. Family, just type HTA. Type HTA. Type HTA. Hard truth alert. Hard truth alert. Here's what I understand. Speaking of a hard truth alert, too many of us are being Pinocchio. We're being Pinocchio. And here's what I understand about the word Pinocchio. The word Pinocchio has the word no in it. We are Pinocchio because we allow everybody else to pull our strings when we really need to be Geppetto. What was Pinocchio's main cry? What was Pinocchio's biggest wish? Pinocchio's biggest wish was that he wanted to be real. And in order to be real, he got to keep it real. That's right, not being a puppet. Many of us were Pinocchio. Here it is, we're ventriloquist because we always got somebody else's hand up our back. They tell you how to talk. They tell you what to do. They tell you what to say. they control your every move. Get the hand up out of your back. You're living a life of mimicry when you need to be moving into a place of freedom. Pinocchio's desire was that he wanted to be real. You got to cut the strings to be real. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. And here's what I understand. People who cannot control you anymore hate boundaries. You know why they hate boundaries? Because they don't have any of their own. When you begin to communicate your boundaries, here's what I understand. When you begin to communicate your boundaries, people who don't have any or people who don't like your boundaries have a problem with it. Most people who don't have a boundary or don't have boundaries, have not set boundaries, are upset when people have theirs. But people with boundaries will say, listen, I understand. You can't make it today. You got to get your rest or whatever the case may be. Matter of fact, you don't even have to explain it to me. Come on now. You know those people too who have boundaries, who understand. Hey, girl, I understand. Bro, I understand. You ain't even got to explain nothing to me. No. You said no. You ain't got to explain nothing to me. Why? Because they understand that no is a complete sentence. No does not need an explanation. No does not need an apology. Coco said people will back away. You have identified witches in your life. Listen, Jezebels hate the word no. If you miss my session, I did about 7 to 8 weeks on teaching about the agenda of Jezebel. Watch it on my YouTube. Simply put in Eddie Connor. Not only did I teach about Jezebel, I taught about Ahab. Can't have a Jezebel without an Ahab. And that's what Ahab is. Ahab is spineless. Ahab got a spine, but he ain't got a spine. Ahab doesn't have a backbone. Ahab sulks. Ahab turns his face to the wall. Ahab don't want to eat. Ahab is crying and lying and denying. And here's the thing. Ahab, Jezebel, is a spirit. Is genderless. Yeah, a woman can have an Ahab spirit. A man can have a Jezebel spirit. It's genderless. And you got to stop placating to the agenda of people. Boundaries put that in place. Boundaries put that in motion. Woo. Oh, listen, this book ain't for nobody who's thin-skinned. I'm telling you right now, if you're thin-skinned, it's going to grow some skin on you. I'm not telling you don't get it because you're thin-skinned. No. Go get the book so that you can grow some tougher skin. He who the Son has set, come on now, you better preach this thing in here on TikTok. Don't make me shout on TikTok now. He who the Son set free is free indeed. This is your freedom. This is your passport to freedom right here. This book is your passport to freedom. Find your North Star. That's what this is. I was teaching tonight. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. You're gonna have me up all night talking about boundaries. I gotta get out of here. Listen, if you're not a part of my Eagles community, join my Eagles community. Join it. I mean, I went into a whole lot of teaching. Amanda, you said, let me go ahead and get this book. Go ahead and get this book. Go ahead and get this book. Go ahead and get this thing. Listen, I know I'm writing the right book when all I see is everybody talking about boundaries now. I said, I know I'm writing the right book. I know I'm writing the right book. I know I'm writing it. He said, Coco, you said, I'm using your book for my clients. Maybe they will listen to someone else. Sometimes you got to bring another voice in. A lady already let me know today. She said she's going to be using this for her women's Bible study group. She said she's making it recommended reading. She said she's so excited. She don't know what to do with herself. She can't wait till she get her hands on the book. Those of you who are in my Eagles community, just type EA. Type EA. Those of you who are in my Eagles community, Lonnie, you better type EA. Ruby, you better type EA. I don't know who else is here from my Eagles community, but I want you to type EA. EA, EA, EA. Now, we just finished in my Eagles community just the last 7 weeks, last 6, 7 weeks, we talked about relational intelligence. Whew. That it kept getting better after every week. Tonight we just started tapping in on boundaries. Tonight I taught a session. I'm gonna do part 2 of it next week. Stop walking on eggshells. Stop walking on eggshells. I told the sisters in the community. I told them, I said, listen, I want you to put on some heels and walk on wood floors. There's don't wear no soft shoes. Don't wear no slippers. Take the slides off. Put on some heels and walk on some wood floors, because on certain on certain floors we can hear you coming. He said, hey, Pastor, this is your drummer. What's that, Q? What up, Q? I got to make sure I'm following you on here. He said, Pastor, this is your drummer. Q, make it do what it do, my guy. We tapping in tonight. We going in tonight, bro. I got to tell him about the book, man. It's dropping. It's dropping next Tuesday. And here's what I'm doing next Tuesday. Let me say this. Let me say this as well, for my super producer get on me for not saying it. I'm doing a book signing after Bible class next Tuesday. We do something called TNT Tuesdays, Truth and Transformation, where I teach Bible class every Tuesday at the church. If you're not a part of the church, check out our church, the Remnant Worshipers Ministry, right here in the city of Detroit. Blessed to serve as a pastor of the church. Just been there about 7-8 months, but God has just been doing some tremendous things. We've been growing leaps and bounds and just building on the amazing foundation that's already been laid and already been set. Let me say this. What was I going to say on my train of thought? Yes, I'm doing a book signing next Tuesday. It's going to be at 8 p.m. right after Bible class at the church, 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit. If you purchase a book, matter of fact, I'm gonna have books there. You can get copies there. I'm gonna be doing the book signing on the day that the book comes out. The book comes out officially next Tuesday, 5/20/25. Coco, you said, can I make a book club for those who bought the book? I think that is a phenomenal idea. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you get your book signed. Trust. Anybody who buys a book from me, anybody who purchases a book from me, you getting that book signed. Absolutely. That's a great idea. And I think what I'll do with that is I'll make it in, I'll create we'll do a Zoom or something and have everybody who bought the book tap in and we'll really connect on it. Wow, I think that's amazing. Would y'all like that? If you would like that, just type yes. If you would like for me to do a book club for those who bought the book, type yes. Now don't make me hold me down for this, because sometimes I'll hear thoughts. I go to sleep and I got 1,000 things to tackle the next day, and it gets pushed to the back. So stay on me about that. Let's do that. All right. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. 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 If this book goes #1 on Amazon on Tuesday, I'm going to do it. Listen, it's got to go #1 on Tuesday. Or, yeah, it's got to go #1 on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, May 20th. Yeah, May 20th. If the book goes #1 on Tuesday on Amazon, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. On Amazon is $9.99. I mean, Amazon's $9.99, but of course, like I said, I'm leaning to do it because I believe it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. Pretty much every book I put out is always going #1 the day of. So we're gonna make it happen. You said, do I have the book as an audio version? I don't have the book as an audio version. This is your audio version right here. This is your audio version right here. You know what? I would love to do an audio book. I just listen, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time. I barely made time. I barely had the time for this one. I would love to do it, family. I don't even know how I pulled off writing a book as a pastor. With it, Coco, you a PK. I don't know who else is a PK or who is a pastor on here, but that is a serious demand. It's a demand of your time, of everything. It's so demanding. It's so demanding. Like a pastor told me, he said, either you called or you crazy. Maybe you're crazy while you called. Either you called or you crazy. I've always had respect for the office, but I mean, it goes to another. It goes to another. Goes to another. Goes to another degree. I want you to help me be a part of this book launch. Those of you who get the book, I want you to share something from my Instagram page or something like that to let people know that they need to be a part of it. I need you all to join my launch crew. Tag me in the book. You got a receipt from Shopify or whatever the case may be. Tag me, tag me, tag me. I need you to be a part of my book launch team. I really do. I can't do this on my own. I won't do this on my own. I need you all's help to spread the word about this. And, innovative ideas, creativity, any way that we can push this book has really got an amazing, powerful message. I kept refining this book probably about a good 10, 11 times. Why? Because I kept coming with ideas. Right when I kept submitting it to the editor, or right when I kept submitting it to publish, I'm like, I got another idea. So I kept going back and said, I got to put this in the book. I can't go to print just yet. And I'll tell you this, some of the books that I did print that I was, scrolling through and thumbing through, I had to say, all right, that ain't the final copy yet. That ain't the final version yet. Because I just kept getting downloads. This was like, I mean, the book, I don't know if I've ever had this before, but the book became like a working document. You know what I'm saying? It became like something on Google Drive, and you just sharing it, and you just refine it, you just tweaking it. I want to give you my best. I want to give you my best. And this is the best, if not one of the best books that I've written. I can't say that. Listen, I can't discount my other books now. I can't. But I'm telling you, I'm giving you something from my heart and my soul. And you're going to feel it when you pick it up. And I'm telling you, buckle up your seatbelt. Buckle up your seatbelt. I can say a lot more tonight. I can't give you the whole book in a conversation. You got to get it. If you liked anything that I said, I need you to hear me on this. If you liked anything that I said, you're going to love everything that you read. And I stand 10 toes down on that. I'm not electric sliding. I'm not moonwalking away from it. I'm not doing the Tamiya hustle. I want you to hurry up and go and get the book now. Because I understand how much of a game changer this book is. I wrote what I wanted to read. I wrote what I know people need. I wrote what I had to course correct. I wrote what I struggled with. Yeah. I wrote from even the self-fulfilling prophecy that my 8th grade teacher told me. And she said, Eddie, your biggest problem in life, she told me this in the 8th grade, is that you're going to have a tough time telling people no. I never saw myself writing a book on boundaries. I never had a desire to write a book on boundaries. But when you think about your life and you look at certain places in your life, and boy, was she right. She knew my heart was so big. She saw me giving my lunch money to kids. That wasn't my responsibility. She saw me helping other folks on the test, and I'm getting in trouble for giving them the answers. Healthy boundaries. Yeah, especially with the office I hold now, imperative to have healthy boundaries. Absolutely. More than ever before. And here's what I understand. If people are coming at you because you're having healthy boundaries and saying, oh, you brand new now. You done switched up. You done changed. They're telling you how they always felt about you. Oh, you think you're all that now? Thank you for telling me what you've always thought about me. But I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm crushing those eggshells. Stop walking gingerly through life. Stop tiptoeing through the tulips. And get you some backbone. You can't be everywhere. You can't do everything. Whether you realize it or not, you are a limited resource. You are a finite individual. Your time is limited. Your energy is limited. That's why you need rest at night. You say, who's sitting at your table? Such a great question. Such a great question. And our problem is too many times we're trying to force fit our way to sit at other people's table when we need to be flipping the table. Listen, if respect is not on the menu, get up from the table. If respecting your boundaries is not on the menu, leave the table. Because I guarantee you what they're serving you is going to poison you. It's going to poison you. And I'm adding life to you. Listen, I had to take my own medicine before giving a prescription. And there's 15 doses in this book. 15 doses, 15 chapters that are really going to speak life into your life. Brother Q, you said you needed to hear that tonight. Yeah. You know, one of the resounding things that I'm getting a lot of feedback from are the brothers. Brothers are hitting me up. Brothers are DMing me. Brothers are letting me know, man, I just got 2 copies. I'm giving one away at an event. Or I'm giving one away to one of my homeboys. Or man, I got it. I need this book. I'm exhausted. I'm frustrated. And one of the things is this. A lot of times we're not taught, whether male or female, about boundaries to a certain degree. Our sisters are a little bit more than we are as men. But this causes us to put some healthy boundaries in how to create them because we're generally not even taught how to do so. It's a go with the flow, do what you want to do. Whenever you want to do it, and you cast the consequences away. You only think about it on the back end. But this is a book that's going to speak life into your life. Put you on your schedule. Put you on your calendar. Stop pouring from an empty cup. Stop pouring into people who have holes in their cup. Stop allowing people to waste your pour. You don't have to go through life being exhausted and frustrated and denigrated. Build boundaries. And this book is going to show you how to do that. Therapy ain't bad at all. Therapy ain't bad at all. You're right about that. You need Jesus and a therapist. In the multitude of counselors, there's safety. Lonnie, you said doses. Love it. Yeah. 15 doses, 15 chapters. Once you take this prescription as directed, take it as directed. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave you now. Q said, I need that book for sure, bro. For sure. Man, it's a game changer, bro. I'll leave you with this. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he knows a very famous singer. If I were to name the singer's name, you know him. But he said, man, I called my homeboy up, who's a singer, and he said, I couldn't stop listening to a particular song. And the song was personable. The song was touching. And he said, man, he's talking to the singer now, how did you write this hit? He said, man, it's 4 weeks on and running, man. He said, I can't stop playing it. The song just stays on repeat. How did you write this hit? And the singer said, bro, honestly, for me to write a hit, I had to first get hit. Are you hearing what I'm saying? For me to write a hit, I had to first get hit. You're enjoying my pain, but it was a whole lot of pain before the joy. I had to first get hit before I wrote this hit. And I bounced back from a setback. I began to create healthy boundaries. And as a result of it, as I said before, I can give you the prescription because I took the medicine. I want you to go and get a dose of boundaries right now. EddieConnor.com. Available as well on Amazon. Get my 19th book. It's one of my best books ever written. And you're going to find it to be freeing. May the 20th feels like a light year away, but it's going to be here as quick as the next day. Go get it right now. It's got a lot of buzz because it's got a lot of backbone. Get a book with a backbone. The book has a spine. But just because a book has a spine doesn't mean it has a spine. Just because a book has a spine doesn't mean it has a backbone. This has both. Go get it right now. And I got to leave you now. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, super producer. Thank you, Ruby. Yeah, you could go ahead. You put it right on up. Got to leave y'all now. But I want you to go ahead and get the book, scan the QR code, go to EddieConnor.com. This is one of them ones. It's a one of one right here. How to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. It's going to help you to reclaim your identity. Don't get lost in somebody. Don't get lost in other people's opinions that become your prison. But go ahead and be empowered now. Peace and love. I'll see you in the reading. I'll see you back on the live.